There is never a time when I won't be excited to get into some dinosaur action figures. Hello everyone, welcome back. If you've come back, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. This is Tom from Two Guys Talking Toys, doing another toy review. This time I am doing Armies of Ashmore, Defenders of Eden, or vice versa, Defenders of Eden, Armies of Ashmore, Cuzzo action figure. This is put together by Matthew Rodriguez, who I would love to shout out right now on the channel. He is a hard-working man. He's put this together. He did a really successful Kickstarter, and he's doing a whole line of dinosaur action figures, and anyone who knows me, all 12 of you, know that my favorite dinosaur in the world is the Ankylosaurus. So when I saw this pop up on Kickstarter, I went in immediately. So I added Cuzzo, I added a couple of Cuzzo blanks, because wouldn't he look great in maybe black and gold, possibly a few other colors? Oh, you know who he'd look good as? Anguirus. So let's get a custom Anguirus head put together and see how that'll look on him. It's a good looking line. It's a big chunky line. I probably should have started this off with the Big Show's theme, because these are some big chunky dudes. So let's not waste any more time and get this guy out of his plastic prison. And freshly freed from his prison, we've got ourselves a Defender of Eden, Armies of Ashmore, Cuzzo. And I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, because there's probably somebody out there who's screaming right now, "No, it's Cuzzo!" Or Cuzzo, like Joan Cusack. I'm not sure. I'm going to say Cuzzo. So I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. I'm very sorry, Matthew. I should have looked this up before I started reviewing the figure. He looks great. So first, let's get into the overall look, the detailing on this. This was sculpted by the Four Horsemen, and I think, looking at some of the detailing on it, all the minute scaling, the scale work, the armor work, the way that they've handled the muscle tone, the texturing on the skin, very reminiscent of all the detail work that Four Horsemen are known for. Like, I really, really like the way that they've handled this, and it's a very smart use of parts sharing. If you've seen some of the other figures in this line, there's a kind of a base body, and then they've switched it up, different armors, different ways that they've attached it, different colorways to really add some variety to the figures. But this is really well done, and I love this a lot. The armor work, it's got a nice balance between kind of old school, not quite sci-fi, but it definitely fits. Very almost Masters of the Universe kind of level. Like, this is the kind of armor I would expect a dinosaur brute wandering around a battlefield to be wearing. So he looks great to me. I love the detailing on the armor that's on the back of the tail. This turned out wonderful. Great job, guys. I also want to take a moment to point out just the color work. Aside from having a really interesting color scheme, the yellow and the red work really well together, but the wash, there's a really good amount of, I love seeing, I kind of complained about this on the Turtles of Grayskull King Hiss review. I love seeing the paintwork work with the detailing to really bring out all of these little, all these crisp points. There's a little bit of a black wash on these. There's some extra tones added, so you can really get a good idea of how much texturing goes into these figures. And it really makes everything pop, and it really makes the figure stand out just a little bit better. So Cuzzo comes with, he's got a whole range of accessories. He's got a whole bunch of hands. So let's get the hands out there. He's got some fists. He's got some grabby hands, in case you want to do some grabby action. He's got some full-on fists. You want to give someone wants to get these hands, you can come and get them. Grabby hands for grabbing whatever he needs to grab. Oh, focus you. That's better. Yeah, so these also look really good. I love the again, the detailing, the paintwork on them, really nice. As far as weapons, it's got a really good looking mace to give someone a good kiboshing when they need it. But what I really, really love is the shield weapon. This is great. I love that it comes apart. I love the way that even the inner spikes right here look nice and dangerous on the battlefield. And then they combine into a really nice looking shield. That looks great. And again, detailing is fantastic. The paintwork is really, really good. I didn't know what these were at first. These are the handles that go onto the shield. So you can hold on to, you can't just plug that onto them. So these are for the extra halves of the shield. You can pop them open. And he's got himself a shield he can hold. I would say that when you open these guys up, when you start to pose them and you start to kind of work in the joints, you might want to apply a little bit of heat first. Maybe give them a hot water bath, go over them with a hair dryer just for a couple of minutes. Like heat them up a little bit just to make sure that these joints loosen up. He's got a whole range of articulation. Speaking of, again, this was sculpted and kind of engineered by the Four Horsemen. So you've got, if you're familiar with Cosmic Legions, Mythic Legion figures, you're pretty familiar with the articulation that goes into these guys. And this line has it in spades. I love the articulation for the neck. You've got double joints for the head. Yeah, basic articulation in the arms, elbows, wrists, thigh joints. And again, I recommend heating them up just a little bit, just to be on the safe side, because you don't want to spend the money that you spent on these and then have them snap. Don't open them when it's cold. Make sure you've got a little bit of heat going on. Would not recommend. I love the articulation in the tail. You got a little bit. It's not jointed on every single section here, but there's just enough movement. Tip of the tail spins. Just enough movement to give him a pretty decent amount of motion here. So that's pretty cool. I also really like this kind of, I kind of popped for this. If you're familiar again with Mythic Legions specifically, the way that they attach the pauldrons are on a little plug back here. So it's kind of cool to see the shoulder armor, because that's always something a little bit tricky to work out with action figures. Like how if you've got shoulder armor, how you're going to attach it. And they worked out this nice method of adding these plugs to the back so you can add a pauldron and it just wraps right over the front here. And he looks great. It's really well done. This is so awesome. So now I'm wondering if you can plug in. I don't know if you can. Nah, the plug's not deep enough. I was hoping that maybe, just maybe, we could plug in an extra arm or two and have them looking like the dragon figures from Mythic Legions, but not quite. Maybe on wave 2, that'd be kind of neat. But one of my favorite things for Cuzzo, in addition to the shield, because man, the shield is really, really cool, is his helmet. Here's his helmet. Let's get that on there. Get your helmet on there. So this looks awesome, because it almost completely transforms the figure into a different character because of how well done the sculpt on this helmet is. It does a really good job of kind of concealing the identity. I like that the front part here flips up like you would on a knight. So that kind of flips up and gives them a whole different look. Also, if you just want that top part there, this comes off. You can have just a straight up Cuzzo with the top part of the helmet. So I like this because if you're looking to troop build, and I am not that familiar. I'm not familiar at all with the comic, honestly. I know that there is a comic. I have not had an opportunity to read it, but I know what I like, and I like Ankylosaurus, and I needed this guy. So I don't know much about the character, or if he's a troop builder, or if he's a single guy, but I like the idea of the way that you can change the look, that he looks very different without the helmet, and then with just the top part of the helmet, really kind of changes him up. But adding this extra piece to really kind of, yeah, no pun intended, to mask him. Like I could see one being a full-on leader, one being a platoon, and so on and so forth. But this looks really, really good. This is great. And again, these guys are big. This is a big dude. I know that when the Kickstarter came out, there were some questions about the cost. Yeah, they're a little bit up there, but the size of these guys is up there. It's kind of amazing. And for the price versus what you get a lot of art, you get a lot of accessories, you get a really well done figure. It really kind of worth it. If you can go in and get them, I recommend that you get them. I think there's only one of the selection left on BigBadToystore, so go out there and get your hands on him. So speaking of size, let's do a quick size comparison, and let's put him in here with Bumpy. He's gonna hang out with Bumpy for a little bit because he looks pretty great. So we've got Bumpy with him. We've got grown Bumpy. And I know there's been a lot of comparisons between this and the Boss Fight Studios, Saurozoic Warriors. And look, the more dinosaur toy lines, the better. Give me all of them. So and again, I love me an Ankylosaurus, so I had to get this one too from Saurozoic Warriors. This is them hanging out together. I really wish I could have gotten my hands on a Badrock from Extreme Dinosaurs from back in the day. He was my favorite of that line, and I was just never able to find him, unfortunately. Maybe he'll get re-released, because Street Sharks seem to be doing pretty well. And finally, let's put him up here with my big old T-Rex. Oh, wow. He's actually not as large as him, and I thought he would be. No, that's a pretty good size. That is a fight that I want to see happen. Fantastic. So overall, I am loving the Armies of Ashmore line just based on Cuzzo alone. He's the first one that I've opened. I've got my couple of blanks waiting for some primer and some paint, but this guy looks amazing. Again, the sculpting by the Four Horsemen is really, really good. The articulation is spot on. It does everything that I want it to do. You can get some really good, really dynamic looking poses out of him, and it's really interesting because he's such a big, chunky figure. You wouldn't think that you'd be able to get the range of motion that you couldn't get out of this guy, but they've worked it in there, and he looks really great. The detailing is really, really good. The paint job is really, really nice. I love the articulation on the tail. The weapons look really good. And if you've been on the Facebook page and if you've been on the Instagram page for Matthew Rodriguez, you know that he's a good dude and really seems to care about the project, puts his all into it. Go to the Facebook group, the Armies of Ashmore, Defenders of Eden, vice versa, Defenders of Eden, Armies of Ashmore page. And he is a hard-working man putting in daily updates on shipping out these figures, asking who hasn't gotten their stuff, getting it out there. I got my, he asked who didn't get their stuff yet. I added my name to the group. I received mine maybe a week later, so he's on top of it. So having a good creator, having a creator who's just an overall good dude really, really makes the enjoyment of the toy line go that much further. So everything came together on this toy line, and he looks great. If you can find him, I hope that you back the Kickstarter. Get these guys in hand. Even if you just pick up one. The green Triceratops, I'm sorry, I don't recall his name offhand. The green Triceratops, as of right now, is still available on BigBadToystore. So I recommend you go out, get your hands on him. So this is Tom from Two Guys Talking Toys. If you've enjoyed what you've seen and heard, I hope you subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, encourage me or not encourage me to make some more of these. I'll probably make a few more. I did get the exclusive Casper, so I may do one for him. I got the Ghost Milwick, and he looks really cool. So I hope that you enjoyed this review. Till next time, take care, everybody.